S312. These are some of the smallest boxes I've seen for a mobile phone, and I suppose we should congratulate Sony Ericsson for minimising their packaging and therefore the impact on the environment. So let's have a look what we have in the box. First of all, we have the handset itself. We're going to look at that in a bit more detail in just a second. Battery must be pre-installed because they come in that bag. Then we have a charger, which is a standard Sony Ericsson charger with their own proprietary connector, which is fairly common amongst the Sony Ericsson handsets. And then we have the warranty card, SAR information, important information, and the user guide. The user guide is a leaflet rather than a manual, which is not printed in colour. It's all just black and white pictures, and it's fairly basic. But then again, the handset is fairly entry level. So let's look at the handset itself. So first and foremost, on the front we have a 176 by 220 pixel display, which is just 2 inches in the diagonal. If we just peel that off, we'll see in a bit more detail. With the display off, as you can see here, the front is almost a mirror finish, which looks quite attractive. It's quite a cool looking handset, although it is quite small. Below that we have soft keys and a D-pad, phone keys, and we'll just power on. Then we have a numeric pad, as you can see there. The keys are, somewhat rounded, but they're not individual. So across here we have 3 keys or 3 buttons within sort of one chunk, if you like. And texting with one hand may be a little bit more tricky, but yeah, it's not a bad looking handset. I think that's actually quite attractive. On the left hand side we just have the connector where we can plug in the mains charger and headphones. Now you notice I didn't get any headphones out of the box, so whether or not they're just missing from this review model or you don't get any headphones with this particular handset, not really sure, but we'll try and find out before we come to the actual review. But say no headphones in this box. Nothing really to speak of on the bottom, save for an eyelet for a lanyard or a phone charm. On the right hand side then we have a volume control rocker, which up down volume control, button for video, and a button for the camera, a dedicated camera and video button there. The camera button looks like it will actually illuminate also. Nothing to speak of on the top. On the back then, the cover pops off like so, and obviously our SIM card goes in here, and our memory card, which is an M2 micro card, goes actually underneath the SIM card. So you have to remove the battery, which is slightly frustrating because I've just powered up and I've had to remove the battery to show you where the memory card is. But if you want to hot swap, well, you can't. You basically, if you want to change your memory card, yeah, you have to remove the battery. So let's just turn that back on now and wait for that to come on. While that's turning on, we have got a camera on the back, which is a 2 megapixel camera, pretty low end 2 megapixel camera, but it does have a flash. No mirror for self-portraits, and whether or not it's autofocus or fixed focus, don't really have any idea at this time. We'll just wait for that to turn on. As with other Sony Ericsson handsets, can't really show you very much without a SIM card, unfortunately. Pretty much all I can really show you is that it's a fairly small 2-inch display, 176 by 220 pixels, which is pretty low end. And that's about all I can show you from the display itself. And we'll talk about the OS and UI in a bit more detail when we actually do the full written review for you. In terms of the rest specification, 100mm from top to bottom, 46mm wide, and just 12.5mm thick. Weight is listed at 80 grams, so pretty lightweight. I would say it's a fairly attractive looking handset. It is fairly basic, but I think it is definitely nice looking. It certainly looks the part, and I don't think you'd be too embarrassed by using this handset. The built-in memory is only 15 meg, so if you're going to be using it for taking photos or for storing music and use it as a media player, then you're certainly going to want to invest in a memory stick micro M2 card. And this handset does support up to 4 gig of M2 memory cards. We do have Bluetooth 2 with A2DP support. As I say, only a 2 megapixel camera. Obviously SMS and WAP support. FM radio with built-in RDS, which is quite cool. We also do have a built-in media player and an MPEG-4 player. Built-in vibrate, so obviously you've got the vibrate alert when an incoming call or any other sort of alerts on the handset. and we support GPRS and Edge. Can't really find anything in the specification to tell me whether or not it's 3G, but I'm pretty much assuming that it's not, being a fairly basic handset. I'm assuming it's only GPRS and Edge. Talk time is listed at 8 hours and standby time at 400 hours, which is not bad at all. That's pretty much all I can tell you about the handset itself in this short video. Come over to tracymac.co.uk over the next couple of weeks. Have a